He called me from a cave, but the hill I was standing on started moving. The last thing my roommate ever told me was that he'd found its heart. It started with the sun bleeding out across the horizon, staining the window of our dorm room a bruised orange. I was staring at a page of impenetrable French translation, the words swimming into meaningless shapes. Silence had settled into the room an hour ago, a thick, heavy blanket I'd grown used to since Reese left. He'd gone caving with his usual crew, Sana, Lior, and Kira. He'd asked me to come, a token invitation he knew I'd refuse. The thought of squeezing through wet, lightless passages made my skin crawl. I preferred the devil. I knew stale air, the low hum of my laptop, and academic dread. My phone buzzed against the desk, a jarring intrusion into the quiet. I snatched it up, grateful for the distraction. Reese's name glowed on the screen. I answered, a little too eager. Finally bored of rocks? His voice came through in a burst of static and ragged air. It was him, but it was wrong. It was thin, stretched tight over a wire of panic he was trying desperately to hide. Oren. Hey. Footsteps crunched on the other end, followed by a wet slapping sound. Reese? You okay? What's that noise? Yeah, man. It's incredible down here. Hey, listen. A pause, a shaky intake of breath. Can you come get me? In maybe an hour? I frowned. I thought you guys took the bus out to the trailhead. It's like a 2-hour drive for me. I know. I'm sorry. I got turned around. I'm exhausted, and I just want to get out. I don't think I can do the hike back to the bus stop. He was talking too fast, the words stumbling over each other. You should have thought about that before you decided to become a mole person for the day, I said, but there was no bite to it. Something was off. Where's everyone else? Are you alone? Another pause, longer this time. I could hear a faint rhythmic dripping in the background. I don't know. We got separated. Sana said she was feeling sick and turned back hours ago. Lior and Kira were right behind me, I swear. I was talking to them, and I turned a corner, and when I looked back, their headlamps were just gone. Vanished. What do you mean, vanished? Did you call out for them? Of course I did. I screamed until my throat was raw. Nothing. Not even an echo, which is weird in a place like this. It's like the cave just swallowed the sound. Kira started acting strange before that, though. Kept saying she felt something watching us. Then she just stopped talking. I think they're messing with me, Oren. They have to be. It's a stupid, elaborate prank. Please, just come get me. I'm near the secondary exit, the one on Ridgeback Hill. The desperate edge in his voice finally broke through my annoyance. Their friend group was known for pulling twisted pranks on each other, but this felt different. This felt real. All right, fine, I sighed, grabbing my keys. But you're paying for gas. I'm running on fumes. Yeah, whatever. Anything. Just hurry. I'll stay on the phone with you for a bit, I offered, starting toward the door. So, tell me about this amazing cave that was worth a 4-hour round trip. I was trying to keep him calm, to ground him. It was a mistake. His laugh was a dry, cracking sound. Oh man. You wouldn't believe it, Oren. The entrance, it's this massive, gaping hole in the hillside. Almost looks like a mouth. The first passage slopes down, and the walls, they're not what you'd expect. Wet, I'm guessing. Wet, yeah, but yielding. They glisten, but it's not just moisture on rock. It looks organic. And in some spots, it's soft. I leaned against one, and it gave. Like pressing your finger into cold clay, or, I don't know, flesh. He let out another shaky laugh. And it's warm. There are patches that are genuinely warm to the touch. Must be some kind of geothermal thing. Warm? A knot of unease tightened in my gut. Yeah, the floor too. In places, it's like walking on packed soil, but it's springy. It depresses under your boots and then slowly swells back up. I stepped on one spot that made this wet tearing sound. It's weirdly satisfying, keeps you on your toes. My hand froze on the doorknob. Reese, that doesn't sound normal. What's normal in a cave no one's ever charted before? We went into the first big chamber, and it's huge. Your headlamp just gets eaten by the darkness above. The walls are marbled with these deep red and brown streaks. It looks like a butcher's block. And there are these things hanging from the ceiling. We thought they were stalactites, but they're not. They're thin, like filaments, and they sway. Even when the air is perfectly still, a low, gurgling sound echoed faintly through his phone's speaker. He didn't seem to notice. And the smell, he continued, his voice dropping. It's coppery, like old pennies. And it's thick, you can almost taste it. This place, it feels ancient, it feels alive. Reese, you're starting to freak me out. Maybe you should just stay put until I get there. No, I'm fine. I'm moving. It's easy to get lost. The passages seem to shift. I swear, the one I just came down wasn't here a minute ago. It's like the whole place is breathing. You feel it more than you hear it. A slow, deep rhythm. In the floor, in the walls, in my teeth. Okay, I'm leaving now, I said, my voice tight. Just keep talking to me. Tell me what you see. Okay, yeah. I could hear his footsteps quicken, the wet slapping sound becoming more frantic. Wow, the formations in here they're not stone, they're ridges, folds, like the inside of a cheek, and the puddles on the ground, they're not water. It's this thick, viscous fluid that doesn't reflect the light right. It just sucks it in. Oh God, his breath hitched. What is Reith hitched? There's a sound, under the floor. A kind of sloshing, like something heavy being dragged through water. Reese, I'm almost at the exit. I can feel a draft. Just get here, man. Please. The line went dead. The 2-hour drive was the longest of my life. The highway dissolved into winding country roads, the streetlights vanishing, plunging me into a profound, suffocating darkness broken only by my high beams. The trees on either side of the road were skeletal, their branches like grasping fingers in the stark light. I kept trying to call him back, but it went straight to a wall of static. A static that, if I listened closely, seemed to have that same slow, deep rhythm he described. My heart hammered against my ribs. Every rational part of my brain was screaming that he was just lost and scared, his mind playing tricks on him. But the descriptions, the warmth, the yielding walls, the coppery smell, it was all piecing itself together into a picture I didn't want to see. My phone rang again, shattering the silence in the car. I ripped it from the passenger seat. Reese. It's changing, he screamed, his voice raw with terror. The walls are closing in. The passage I came from, it's gone. It's not there anymore. I'm almost there, man. I'm 5 minutes from the pin you sent. Just hold on. Don't move. I can't stop. If I stop, it'll get me. I can feel it pulsing all around me, Oren. It knows I'm here. It's digesting me. I swerved onto a gravel turnoff, my tires crunching to a halt where the GPS told me to stop. There was no path, no sign, just a steep, wooded hill vanishing into a thick, low-hanging fog. Okay, I'm here. I'm at the hill. I'm coming up. I killed the engine and plunged into the oppressive silence of the night. The fog was a clammy shroud, smelling of damp earth and something else. Something like a slaughterhouse. I grabbed the heavy maglite from my glove box and started climbing, branches clawing at my jacket, the ground soft and spongy under my boots. Every snap of a twig sounded like a gunshot. The air was unnaturally still and warm. After 20 minutes of fighting my way through the undergrowth, my legs burning and lungs screaming, I stumbled into a clearing at the top of the hill. The fog swirled around my ankles. The clearing was a gentle, undulating space, dotted with patches of shadow. There was no cave entrance, no hole, nothing. I pulled out my phone, my fingers shaking as I dialed his number. He answered on the first ring. I'm here, I gasped, swinging the flashlight beam across the empty clearing. I'm on the hill. But there's nothing here, Reese. Where are you? His voice was a choked whisper, laced with a terrifying, final sort of awe. I can't move, Oren. I think it's holding me. The walls, they're pressing in. The floor is lifting me up. Alex, get out of there. Just retrace your steps. Slowly. There are no steps to retrace, he whispered. It's not a cave, Orin. You don't get it. It was never a cave. The beam of my flashlight caught something on the ground, a series of ridges in the earth arranged in a pattern, like folds of skin. What are you talking about? Inside what? I yelled into the phone, my voice cracking. The air was thick, pulsing with a wet warmth that made my skin prickle. The moon broke through the clouds, casting the clearing in a sickly pale light. It's a body, he breathed. A body, all of it. The rock is flesh. The stalactites are teeth. The passages are arteries, maybe. Or an esophagus. I can feel it. Sensing me. Reacting to my fear. Stop it. You're panicking. Just calm down and find a way out. Oh God, he whimpered, and the sound that followed was a low, wet, immense thudding. A sound that reverberated not just through the phone, but through the soles of my shoes. A heartbeat. I can hear its heartbeat, Orin. It's all around me. I stood frozen in the center of the clearing, the beam of my light shaking violently. Reese, move. Now. Get back toward where you came in. I'm inside something alive, he sobbed. A living, breathing monster. And the sound of it breathing around me, wet, deep, alive, oh God, the line fizzed with wet static. The immense, gurgling pulse echoed faintly through the speaker. Reese RHYS. And then his voice came back, clear and strangely calm. Oh my God. Orin, I see it. The exit? Do you see the exit? I screamed, desperation clawing at my throat. There was a long pause, filled only by that monstrous wet beat. I stopped scanning the clearing. I didn't have to. In the moonlight, I'd started to notice something wrong with the horizon. The dark line of trees that ringed the clearing seemed lower than when I'd first arrived. When Reese finally spoke, his voice was hollow, empty of everything but a horrifying certainty. I think I found its heart. I didn't answer. I couldn't. My gaze was fixed on the tree line. As I watched, it moved. It wasn't an illusion. The entire horizon of black, skeletal trees was slowly, rhythmically rising, swelling upwards with a silent, colossal breath. I looked down at the soft, ridged ground beneath my feet. The tree line held its position for a long, agonizing moment, and then it began to descend. Lower, and lower, and lower. And I realized I wasn't standing on a hill at all.